Hello guys, welcome back to my channel Self Skill Coders. Hope you all are doing well. Guys, if you are new to my channel, please do subscribe to my channel and hit a bell icon so that you can get a notification about my videos. If you like my video, please hit a like button. It really motivates me to create a new videos. In my previous video, I have completed a topic called server. If you have not seen my that video, I will provide a link in a description box. So guys, let's get started with our today's session. Guys, in today's session we are going to see about the client side and a server side language with their example and the workflow. Before proceeding to the client side and a server side, let's see about what is the web development. Web development is a communication between the client and the server. Web development is a procedure where we build website. Okay. So in a client and a server, they have their own different languages through which they communicate with each other. For example, when you call to your friend or when you are talking to your friend, you need some mode to talk. That mode is called your languages. Through that languages, you are able to communicate with each other. But there should be some mode through which the communication should happen. That is the mode is called that is your telephone. Here same thing is happening between the client and the server. Client has its own language and server has its own language through which they communicate with each other. This communication takes place via the HTTP protocol. Okay, your telephone is like the HTTP through which you both can communicate. Likewise, through the HTTP, client and the server are communicating with each other. Now let's get started with our main topic, that is the client side languages. Guys, client side languages means client side is called to the user, the person who sees the layout of the website, screen of the website is built using these client side languages. Okay, who are called the end users here? End users are the person who request to the server. Okay, the user usually sees what can see the text, image and rest of the user interface along with any action that an application perform with the user browser. For example, here www.times-of-India, I am opening this website, that is this newspaper. Okay, I am the user, and this is the user interface. Okay, what I am getting here. Okay, you can see this is the user interface. I am the client. I have requested the server to open the Times of India newspaper for me, so I can see here the images, content. Okay, some videos. I can see here some videos. Some pop-up is coming there, the latest news and update. Okay, now this is the this all the website is built using the client side languages. So let's get started that what languages are included in the client side languages and how it is working. Okay, okay, let's say here is the client. This is your laptop, computer, tablet, anything you can call. Let's say this is your tablet. Okay, you browse the Times of India paper in your browser. Okay, you have browsed your Times of India, you see the user interface, you see the front end part. Okay, now what happened when you browse something, it request to the server. Okay, this is your server, and server respond to your request. Okay, this is your request and this is your response. Request is made by HTTP and response is also given by the HTTP. Okay, now any front end part is built using with the following languages, that is your HTML, CSS, JavaScript, JVS, jQuery, okay, Bootstrap, Ajax. Okay, these languages are used to design your website. Design means you have seen this website, that is this website is designed with a particular format. Okay, let's see. Inspect here, we will inspect here. We will see the view source of it. We see our view page. Okay, now you can see that the website is designed using the HTML format. Okay, in above you can see doc type HTML public. This is the format because our browser should understand that this website is built using the HTML language, and the title I have shown in my previous video, that how the format is, how HTTP is following the format. So this is the title, news, latest news, breaking news. Okay, this title is coming on this part. Okay, can you see news, latest news, breaking news? So this part is coming from the title section, title tag. This is coming from the title tag. All this meta, name, content, all it contains about the content of Friday 29 January, the newspaper date. Okay, today's date is 29/1/2021, and the date it is reflecting is a Friday 29 January. Okay, now you can see there are some link given here. If you have not understood this part, I will make a separate video that why this link is attached here. Okay, now the basic thing is to understand the format that HTML is following. There are some format given to design any website. These are all the JavaScript part, where you can see any pop-ups. In previous, when I opened this, you have seen some pop-ups. Okay, that is coming through this part from this JavaScript. So that is why we called it as a dynamic website. Okay, you can see there are some ID given, class given. Okay, why class is given to this? Because we have to apply color to this website, because only design is when we design any website, it will not look very nice to the user interface, or say for the client. So it is mandatory to give any kind of color. So the color is applied through the CSS, that is your cascading style sheet. Dynamic, the website is made dynamic using the JavaScript. Any jQuery and JavaScript both are important to make the website dynamic. What about the Bootstrap? Bootstrap is the framework that build a website responsive. Responsive, for example, any website should be responsive. It will detect the user screen and adjust itself according to the user interface. Let's say, see, when I am changing the screen, it the footer, that is this side, let's say, okay, it is coming vertically down. Okay, you can see it is coming vertically, and when I am on my full screen, it will adjust itself. Okay, that is coming through this Bootstrap part. Okay, client side refers to the everything in a web application that is displayed or takes place on the client. This includes what the user sees, such as text, images, and the rest of the UI, along with all actions that an application performs within the user browser. The client side is also known as a front end. Okay, so you can see it is the client side part is also called as a front end part. Yes. Now let's see about the server side languages. Server side languages is much like the client side, but the difference is that I will divide this screen into two parts. Okay, that is the client side part and the second is the server side part. Now you have got what is the client side part. Client side part is purely the front end part where where your website is only get designed. There is no logic behind any kind of website. Only the best example for the client side is the that static website. Guys, I have made the static and versus dynamic website in my previous video. If you have not seen my that previous video, I will paste the link in a description box. Okay, now the difference between the client and the server is that the server is purely the business logic. All the business logic is built in the server side languages. Let's say this is the server. As usual, I am drawing here is your server, here is your client. Okay, and client, and here is your database. Database is a place where your data get stored. Any e-commerce site or any social media site is built using these server side languages. The difference is that when the client requests to the server communicate with the database through some medium. Okay, because server has only one role, is to retrieve the information. He has nothing to do with the logic part. The logic is built in some script that is written in the backend languages, that is called your PHP, Coordinator, Python, Ruby. All these languages are called the server side languages. Okay, let's take one example. When you log into your Facebook account, the website will ask you your username and the password. Before logging to, we must say when you register to the Facebook account, when you create your account in the Facebook, the website will ask your detail, your first name, your last name, your age, your country name, where do you stay, your email ID, every details the website will ask you. Have you ever think where this data gets stored? Yes, it is getting stored in this database. Okay, how it is going to get stored in the database? It is very simple. You request the server will connect with the connect with this PHP script, that is the server side language where all the logic is written. This PHP will connect you to this database. He will write connect to the database. There are so many kind of tables present here in the database. Millions, trillions data are present in this database. Okay, when you enter your details, it will get stored in this data. The second step is when you get login to your account, he will ask about your name and the password, your email and your password. Then what happened? The server will request to the PHP. He will search your email ID and password. Guys, have you ever noticed when you enter a wrong password, he pop-ups like that your password is incorrect, your username is incorrect? Yes, it is coming through the validation from the server side, because your username and your password is not matching with the database present in this your data is not matching with the data in the database. So here when you log into your account, it will search for your credential, it will matches in the database and it will respond to you and you get login to your account. Thus, so it is how the server side languages is working for us. All the server side languages, that is PHP, Coordinator, Python, Ruby, are called the server side languages. Even this part is called as the back end languages. Okay, back end and front end. So front end, so the person who develops the front end part or who design the website is called web designer or front end developer. Okay, and when any person who is responsible to create the business logic is called back-end developer, web developer. Okay, or the person who knows all both of this, that is the front end part and back end part, who can develop both the kind, that is front end and the back end, is known as the full stack developer. Guys, if you understood my today's session, please do like my video. Okay, now let's take one example that this person is searching or purchasing some kind of stuff for himself. He open his browser and request the website to be open for him. Okay, he requests to the server and he get login to that e-commerce. The PHP interpreter interpret that request, it process and it get the credential from the database. It take the response and return back to the client. Thus this is how the server side language is working. Let's see what kind of languages are used in client side and the server side. So the client side is having the HTML, JavaScript and CSS. As I have told you that HTML is responsible to design any website. To make the dynamic, JavaScript is helpful to make any kind of website to be dynamic. And CSS is used to color the design of that website. The language is used in the server side, or let's say the backend side, is the Java, Ruby, PHP, Perl. Okay, these are the programming languages that are used to run the business logic. Guys, that's all for today's session. If you like my video, please hit a like button and do subscribe to my channel.